Maybe this time, I can make you.
You can make me what? Oh, you're so pretty. I know I'm in like significant danger, but hello? Hello, and welcome back to the updated demo of House of Petals. This is a Yandere dating sim in which you wake up with no memory of who you are, but a mysterious, gorgeous man is by your side and claims to be your husband. However, the more you investigate, it becomes clearer that something is not right, and as strange things keep happening, you begin to wonder whether your husband can be trusted at all. Let's get started. I'm so excited for this. We played the original demo, but there are new endings and new scenes in this, so I think it's gonna be really cool to check it out. Because there's 3 new endings, I feel like we should probably try and get those first. I'm sorry for everything I've done, and even for simply existing, but please, remember this. I will always be by your side. Even when the chrysanthemum petals wither and turn to dust. Even when our love is nothing but the broken pieces of our promise. Because no matter what happens, I will always belong to you. Day 1. Oh boy, here we go. I'm in the sauce again. The bell sounds. Something buzzes faintly in the back of your skull, and your body is heavy as if you're trying to move through syrup. As the buzzing sound gradually fades, your vision clears and your instinct is to rub your temples to ease the heaviness. Where am I?
You finally awakened.
Hey you're finally awake. Skyrim moment. Your heart almost bursts when you register a figure at the edge of the bed. There sits a young man, his long hair softly cascading down his shoulders. You instinctively jolt upright, clutching the blanket tight against your chest to observe him. His calm demeanor holds no sign of danger, and a soft smile blooms on his face when your eyes meet, accentuating his ethereal beauty. The words tumble out before you can stop them. Who are you?
I'm Han, your husband.
Oh, hello, fine shit. He states plainly and calmly as a smile retains, as if he expected your question. My husband. Your face suddenly gets hot from that notion. Yes, we've been married for a year and have lived here in the Lotus Pavilion together ever since. The room tilts slightly in your vision upon hearing his words, and your forehead wrinkles from the pain. A sharp realization flashes. You have no memory whatsoever of who you are, your past, of anything. Panic sets in. Why don't I remember anything? Who am I? Enter your name. Yinny. Your name is Yinny.
You accidentally fell down in the garden and hit your head.
Oh, how convenient. The man says calmly, but a wisp of sadness passes over his expression. The doctor says your brain was affected and you'll temporarily have trouble with remembering things and thinking clearly. But don't worry, the doctor says you'll recover soon if you're well taken care of.
I expected you to be out longer, but now since you've woken up and can talk to me like this, I feel so relieved.
You might even recover faster than expected. Let's try this. Do you remember who I am now? You are Han. You are my husband, Han.
See? You're recovering already, and
His eyes linger on you for just long enough for you to notice a small spark in his eyes.
Hearing you call me husband makes me so happy.
His blush is still so cute. You lower your gaze to the blanket, flustered, but not before stealing one more glance at his face. Is it strange to think he's beautiful, like a living work of art? So beautiful, in fact, that you still haven't quite grasped what it means for him to be your husband. If someone asked you to describe your ideal type, it would be him. That makes sense, doesn't it? You are married after all. And yet, despite the warmth blooming in your cheeks, you strangely feel calm in his presence.
I know it's so confusing to suddenly not remember anything, but I promise you, I'll take good care of you.
Will you now? Han reaches out to touch your hand. I will let him touch my hand. For some reason you freeze, letting his hand brush over the top of yours. Where your touch is cold at first, smooth, almost like porcelain. But quickly, warmth blooms where your skin meets. I'm remembering a little vague things about like the first playthrough that we did a couple months ago when the demo first came out. There's a lot of stuff to do with sculptures and clay, and also MC is an artist. It makes me kind of wonder if Han is a living clay doll that we shaped and brought to life. Han looks pleased by the gesture. Yeah, I'll show him something else that pleases him.
I'm so grateful you trust me.
You could swear there's a glimmer of moisture in his eyes that makes your throat go dry. Yeah, he does a lot of things to my throat. Nervous, you change the subject. When do you think I'll recover enough to go outside? Outside? You might have imagined it, but his eyes seem dark for a second. As if he didn't expect your question. Yes, like outside of the mansion. What do you mean? Well, isn't going outside a benchmark for one's recovery? Oh, I see. The gentle smile comes back to his face. You will need more time to recover before doing that. But even when you gain full recovery, it's just... He hesitates.
Even before the accident, you didn't like going outside. You said you would rather spend all your time in our mansion.
I didn't like Going outside. You desperately squeeze your brain trying to dig up any memory of who you are but find none. Disappointed, you let out a soft sigh. Seemingly noticing your grimace, Han offers a sympathetic smile. But don't worry, if you want to go outside, I will make sure you recover fast enough to do so. Even though his words are comforting, something about the idea of going outside stirs a strange curiosity. Like a switch has been flipped in your mind. You will.
Of course I will. My priority is to make sure you're happy.
But for now, you should get some rest. Han stands up from the bed. Where are you going? I'm going to my art studio to finish up an order from Merchant Lee. He's coming in 4 days to pick it up. Yes, I'm an artist. I accept orders from all over the country. Calligraphy, painting, and my favorite, ceramic making. You're not sure why, but you blurt out the first thing that comes to your mind. You must be very talented. Yes, you must be very good with your hands, Han. Show me. Without realizing that might sound like empty flattery, you bite your lips. I'm sorry. I don't know what your art looks like, but I just mean, I have a feeling that you're good at it. But instead of a weary expression you expect on Han's face, all you can see is a light shade of rose rising over his cheeks. You do think so. That makes me very happy. I'm going now. If you need anything, just call me. He looks back before stepping out of the door. I hope you'll be easy on yourself walking around the house. The garden is slippery this time of the year when it rains often, and his eyes linger on you for a second.
Please don't come into the studio. There are a lot of broken ceramic pieces. I don't want you to hurt yourself.
Okay. Han softly closes the door. You sit on the bed, your mind still overwhelmed by all the information you were just fed while listening to his footsteps fade into the background. I have a husband. I lost my memory by falling. You mumble those facts quietly as if you're trying to still register them. It's logical for you to rest and accept those facts as Han is your husband and he seems so caring, so perfect. But there's a voice in the deepest part of your brain, though weak, whispers out that you should at least be curious. That you should restore your memory. Maybe there's something in here that'll give me a clue about my past. Time to look around. Let's look at the vase. You pick up a beautiful ceramic vase next to the bed. Intricate blue chrysanthemum patterns wrap around the smooth ceramic, so elegantly that though abstract, one can still recognize the raw talent of the artist. This was probably made by Han. I feel like that was made by us. But now I noticed, why do all the designs around the room have chrysanthemum motifs? Interestingly about chrysanthemum, apparently when I did a little bit of research, yellow chrysanthemum can also sometimes be used as funeral flowers in Vietnam. They are also apparently the symbol of like the nobility and the wealthy. Aren't chrysanthemums the flowers commonly used for funerals? Oh, so I didn't have to research at all. Desk. Books of different sizes neatly stacked upon each other. You mumble the names of the books one by one. The Art of Flowers. Lanterns in the Mist, a poem collection. These all seem to be art and poem books. A bound notebook with a new blue cover catches your attention. The day-to-day of Yinny. It's my diary. You hastily flip through the pages, desperately scanning for anything special. There are not a lot of entries, just mundane day-to-day depictions of what you did. Not much personal opinion or commentaries until your eyes fall on an entry. I told Han that my favorite flower was the chrysanthemum, and today he surprised me with a garden full of them in our backyard, planted in secret all by himself. For that, I thank the gods for blessing me with such a loving husband. Your heart feels warm upon reading. Han truly is a great husband, isn't he? As you flip through the pages again, something falls out the back of the book. A letter. To my esteemed friends and respected acquaintances. With heavy hearts I write to inform you of the passing of my beloved parents, who departed from this world peacefully on the same day. I humbly invite you to attend the funeral rites, to be held on the first day of July, to honor their memory and pay final respects. Your presence will bring comfort to my grieving heart. With sincerity, Yinny. My parents? Are they dead? You feel a sharp ache throbbing in your chest, though you don't know them, or more accurately have no memory of them. The thought of your parents no longer being alive is almost too painful to bear. What if we're the clay sculpture? It's as if your body still remembers the grief your mind has forgotten. You sit there in a daze, lost in these thoughts and feelings until something starts to tug at the edge of your awareness. Both the letter and the notebook, though the characters are legible, share a certain unevenness. A slight lack of precision. It's subtle but unmistakable, almost as if the person who wrote them, you, was left-handed. You look down at your hands, but I feel like I'm right-handed. Strange. You take a closer look at the artwork lining the walls. Paintings and calligraphy scrolls of varying sizes are carefully arranged, each adorned with elegant decorative touches. Most of them feature chrysanthemums as a central motif. But wait, tucked into the corner of a striking red scroll, you notice something unusual. Tiny markings that don't resemble poetry at all. There are numbers. You murmur the digits aloud, trying to piece together as you read, but these numbers make no sense to you at all. Suddenly, an overwhelming pain bursts into your skull. Ouch! As the ground spins and you clutch the edge of the desk to stabilize yourself, your mind is empty from the intense pain. Footsteps rush into the room. Yinny, you fall down but Han catches you, gently guiding you to the bed and sitting you down. Han.
It's okay. I'm here.
My head and my heart, they hurt so much. You press the back of your hand on your temple, hoping the coolness will lessen the ache. Wait here. I'll be right back. Han comes back with a bowl of liquid in his hand. A faint herbal scent from it floats through the air. The doctor told me to give you this medicine whenever you have a headache. It will help. A headache medicine? Yes, based on the prescription. I brought the ingredients and prepared it myself. I want to make sure that you have the best care.
No, you should take it before it's cold.
You hesitate, eyes fixed on the bowl. Smoke still rises steadily from it, curling into the air and clouding the space around it. Much like the way your thoughts fog your mind. Pushing the ache aside, you give in to your curiosity, drawn to the clue that you've just uncovered. I'll ask Han about himself again. Can you tell me more about you? Even though this man surely seems to be a beautiful and loving husband, your curiosity about him burns.
Me?
Of course, you are my husband after all. Your face feels hot as you say the words out loud. Husband. So much so that you almost don't notice the red tint creeping up onto his cheeks.
Of course, my darling. I'm not a man of many words, but how about I show you?
Show me.
Let's go to my studio. Maybe you can learn more about me.
Well, this is new. Of course you can't say no to a chance to explore the mansion and hopefully regain your memory in the process. Han leads you through rooms and corridors. Though you have no memory of this place, your body feels strangely familiar with the surroundings, reassuring you that this is indeed your home. He stops in front of a room with a sign that says studio and turns to you.
This place is very sacred to me. And it's usually very messy, so I don't allow anyone to go in here. But
You're fine.
today's an exception.
Even though his voice remains gentle, there's a hint of seriousness in his tone that you can't ignore, and you don't know how to respond to his remark except to nod. Thank you. The creak of the door echoes in the dim light. The room reveals itself, carrying a faint scent of ink and rice paper. You slowly tread your steps around the room, hypnotized by the sensation beneath your fingers as you trace the surface of the desk. Han leans against the doorframe, observing your every move. But when you turn to look at him, all you see is his kind smile directed at you. You're not sure if it's him or the room itself, but something about this space feels nerve-wracking yet enchanting. Something your body senses even though your mind can't explain it. You want to say something to break the quiet air. So, what do you usually do in here?
You know, all sorts of art forms. Ceramic making, paintings for commissions, but lately I've been really into calligraphy.
Calligraphy?
Do you want to try?
Try?
Yeah, you used to dislike calligraphy, and I was always encouraging you to practice. Maybe trying again will bring back your memory.
In his words, your heart begins to race, even as your eyes remain fixed on the scroll. I didn't like calligraphy. Despite that, both your body and mind feel strangely drawn to the thought of it. Okay. You sit down at the desk. Your gaze flickering between Han leaning against the doorframe and the scroll laid out before you, hesitation settling in. You reach for the wooden brush and dip it into the pre-grinded ink. This feels familiar. The moment the brittle tip of the brush touches the rough rice paper, your hand freezes. A mild pain pinches your forehead. Your hand moves following the invisible traces you had planned for the character in your mind. But the pinch doesn't last. It fades the moment you look down and realize that instead of the graceful strokes you imagine, only half a character lies before you, uneven, trembling and amateur. Why did it feel like I could have done something beautiful? That crushed hope disappoints you more deeply than you understand. And just as you fixate on that feeling, wow, oh, he's so pretty. Warmth rushes in from behind, enveloping your body. Han's voice is low and husky near your ear.
Need some help?
The sudden closeness, the overwhelming warmth of him, makes your heart race and your throat tighten. You stammer, unable to form your thoughts. Aren't I? Though he stands behind you, you can feel a smirk as he rests his chin lightly on your shoulder.
Darling, did you know that doing things that you used to do might, well, help with your memory?
His hand reaches down for yours, steadying itself in its grasp. Despite the warmth of his body, a chill runs down your spine. And the thought of you two, husband and wife, sharing intimate moments like this so naturally makes your eyes burn hot. Sensing your trembling, Han lets out a soft chuckle.
Relax, darling. Let me guide you.
His grip gently leads your hand. Brush gently gliding smoothly over the rough paper. Wet ink blooms beneath the strokes, releasing a faint bitter scent. The silence stretches, heavy and overwhelming, until you can no longer tell whether you're guiding the brush or he is. Then you look down. Before you lies a single character, neat and beautiful. Love. You didn't think your face would grow any redder, yet your cheeks burn as if they might steam like a teapot. Love. Is that how he feels about you? Is that how you're supposed to feel about him? You are husband and wife after all, and you can't deny that you're enjoying this. him behind you holding your hand with utter care and gentleness. But if your memory can't recall the sweetness you once shared, is it selfish to call this love rather than a natural reaction to a beautiful, gentle man? I'm sorry.
What's wrong, darling?
I'm just suddenly feeling unwell, and this all feels so sudden.
Of course.
I apologize. I should have been more considerate. Given right now to you, I might feel like a stranger. There's twinkles in his eyes. I feel bad. I must have hurt him. You want to reach out and squeeze his hand as a quiet apology, but before the thought can turn into action, a loud crash burst from above the ceiling. What was that noise? Han's brows knit together for a brief moment before quickly smoothing out.
Nothing. There's a mouse problem upstairs.
Really? Oh, should we go check?
No!
Hey, don't yell at me. He pauses and clears his throat.
I mean, no. It's fine. A woman shouldn't have to deal with beasts like bugs or mice. You stay here. I'll go check.
I mean, I could. Okay. He stops halfway up the stairs and turns to look at you.
One more thing. Please try not to touch anything in this room. I like things arranged in a certain way, so I can focus on my work.
Han, I'm gonna be honest. Given that this is my parents' house and my childhood home and our estate, I don't understand why you're being so, pushy about me not being allowed to go freely in my own home. Okay. With that, he hurries upstairs and disappears from sight. It's just me now. What do I do? Han said I shouldn't touch anything, but maybe there's something. He wouldn't get mad at me, right? You begin to look around the room. Nothing seems out of the ordinary, just pens and papers and works of art. Then your gaze drifts to the bookshelf. One book sits slightly out of place. When you pull it out, something slips free and falls to the floor. A piece of paper. Marriage covenant. On this auspicious day, under the witness of heaven and earth, we hereby record the binding union of Yinny and, redacted, who vow to share one household, one fate and one name. From this day forth, the two shall be recognized as husband and wife, their lives intertwined, their fortunes shared in prosperity and in hardship, and in health and in illness. Let their bond endure through the passing of seasons, unchanged by time, unbroken by death. Any who witness this covenant shall honor it. Any who defy it shall answer to heaven, witnessed by heaven and earth, recorded by hand and heart. A marriage certificate. Between me and... The groom's name has been scratched out, as if by claws or fingernails. You try and tilt the paper, searching for any trace of the name beneath the damage, but there's nothing. Was it Han's name? Did a mouse in this house just happen to scratch it out? So precisely? Really? Yinny? You gonna believe that? As you dwell on this new mystery, a movement outside the room catches your attention. Is that a person? It's Han! A glimpse of a young man appears beyond the doorway, his eyes fixed on you, unblinking and intent. Hello? You rush towards him, but before you can reach the door, it slams shut with a violent crack. Hey! You! Wait, what is that smell? A harsh, oily stench assaults your nostrils, thick and suffocating. From beyond the door comes a low growing roar, like breath being drawn by fire. Your heart lurches. Is he burning the room down? Heat seeps through the wooden panels, crawling along the walls. Smoke coils through the air, dark and heavy, stinging your eyes. Han! You turn towards the staircase, ready to run upstairs, but a sudden burst of flame erupts from the ceiling above, crashing down between you and the exit. Fire roars to life, cutting off your path in an instant. No! You stumble back as the flames surge higher, the heat forcing you away. The way upstairs is gone. What the hell? The fire devours the room with frightening speed. Scrolls ignite fast, ink bleeding and curling as characters vanish in silent screams. I can't breathe. You cough violently, your vision blurring as the room glows an unforgiving orange. Then the ceiling cracks. A deafening roar engulfs everything as flames rush towards you, swallowing the room whole. The heat becomes unbearable. Your thoughts fracture, scattering like ash. Nothing remains but an endless white stretching across your vision, until your heart gives its final beat. Well, rip me. The past burned away, but the bond remained. Game over. Oh, lovely. But that was one of the new endings, which is interesting to see. Since we died, wonderful, we are now back here. I'm gonna tell Han that my name is Han. Your name is... Han. Though the smile on his face is visible, you swear you detect a trace of discomfort in his eyes, saying your name out loud. Han. You don't even have the time to dwell on how strange it is that you share the same name when pain shoots through your head and your vision goes blurry.
Darling?
You clutch your head and try to push through the pain, but it feels like you're falling into a pit of darkness fast and furious, while his voice fades into the background. Han. It feels strange, but your mind melts into a swelling bliss, where the only thing you're aware of is your lips endlessly calling the name. Your name, his name, as if the only thing you know is that this name sounds familiar, one you cherish deeply, as if the falling suddenly stops. All that remains are sounds and fragmented visions flashing through your mind. Listen, a long wailing cry splits the air, neither horn nor voice but something in between. Why does it sound like a modernized siren? Something outside of this world that you know of. Then the clanking of metal wheels echoes around you. Am I in a coma? Wait, hang on, am I not actually in ancient Vietnam? White figures flash past, talking and laughing. It's too much to bear, and you slip into oblivion. Oh, that is interesting. The mind remembers what the world refuses to explain. Game over. Fragmented vision ending unlocked. That's... okay. So, there's definitely something else going on. I thought that we were like actually in this world, but I guess maybe this whole thing is just a dream? Well, if that's the case, I guess we're gonna come back here. Last time when we got the ending where we burnt down, we asked about Han and he took us to a studio. So I think we'll just do some other stuff now. We'll ask about... maybe my parents? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Maybe you need to rest more. Oh, damn it. Maybe me? Who am I? You blurt out, your fist clenching, your heart beating fast from the overwhelming desire to get to the bottom of this big mystery. What do you mean? But you're not sure if it was your stern tone or your tense body gestures that startled Han, but it's clear that a faint uneasiness crosses his beautiful face. I want to know everything about me. Who am I? What do I like? What do I do for work?
No, darling.
Han moves towards you, hand extending the medicine bowl, and his usual smile has come back to his lips.
Be easy on yourself. You're having a headache. Please take this medicine first.
I will not. You glance at the bowl again. Its herbal smoke twists and disperses into the stiff air. The scent is sweet, almost as sweet as the tone of Han's voice. The type of sweetness that can distract anyone, but you're determined to get your answers. I won't drink it, unless you answer me. You cross your arms and maintain direct eye contact with him. Han studies you intensely, his eyebrow furrows for a split second before smoothing back out with a soft chuckle. I forgot how stubborn you can be sometimes. He puts the medicine bowl down on the nightstand. Of course. Anything you'd like to know, but one question only. I wouldn't want you to overwhelm yourself. What do I do for a living? A small crease forms between Han's brows when the question leaves your lips, and you can clearly sense he's trying really hard to force a smile to hide it. You're my wife. That's not what I do for a living though, so I didn't do anything for a living. Well, you did like making art. He states simply and plainly. You expect a follow-up comment from him, but a few seconds pass by and his lips remain, except for a somewhat strange smile on his lips. So what did I make? Paintings? Yes. Calligraphy? Yes. Ceramics? Yes. Are you... Hey! Don't give me one-word answers. His short answers both annoy you and make you anxious at the same time. Why is he being so strange about it? What about... That's too many questions already. He charmingly grins. Well, I don't find it charming at all. You drop silent for a brief moment. All this new information is indeed a lot for you to register. It feels like your mind is disappointed at yourself not being able to recall any of this. I understand you have so many questions, but you have a lot of time left to recover and ask me questions later. We don't need to rush it. He fetches the medicine bowl and brings it towards you. The headache registers again. You were just so caught up with your curiosity about yourself that you forgot about it for a moment. I do need to get rid of this headache first. You softly nod. Han brings a spoon up to your lips. The warm liquid fills your mouth and runs down your throat. Your tongue involuntarily savors the bitter taste with a hint of sweetness, and he was right. The medicine quickly replaces the throbbing in your forehead with a feeling of ease. I hope you feel better now. It's getting late. You should get some sleep. Holding the empty bowl, he stands up, ready to leave. Wait, you call out to him. Is it okay if I leave my room at night?
Leave your room.
Something about your question makes him uneasy. His brows slightly furrowed. Well, I might have to go to the restroom or maybe just need some fresh air.
Of course. This is your home too, darling. Although...
He locks you with a gaze. His lips are still smiling, but his eyes store something inexplicable, stern and sharp.
No matter where you go, do not go into my studio.
There are a lot of broken ceramic pieces on the floor. I wouldn't want you to hurt yourself. As if giving you a warning. Can you promise me that, Yandere? I promise. Thank you. Get some rest, darling. It's getting late. Oh, damn it. Your peaceful sleep is disturbed by a faint creak. What's that noise? You blink awake, heart ticking a little faster. Another sound follows, a soft groan of wood. Oh, hell no. The door, it's being opened. Slowly, just a crack. You stay still, listening. The darkness stretches thick across the room, but you can't see past the doorframe, but you feel it. That prickling weight of being watched. Something is there just beyond the threshold. Curiosity burns and you quickly get up and open the door to inspect. No one, just a faint glowing red from the lanterns, but what are these? On the floor there seem to be footprints. They form a long trail walking away from the room. Whose are these? Are these Han's footprints? I need to follow them. Alright, I think we'll go to the living room first and then the garden. Also, if you guys are like stuck as to which ending we're currently in, When a new ending starts, I'll have the name up here, but you can also always check the description to see the timestamps as well. Let's go to the living room. You follow the mysterious muddy footprints. I'm gonna die. Walking carefully with a small lantern in your hand, you can only see one step ahead. There's a lot I don't remember about the original demo because it's been a while, but I feel trepidation and anxiety. Such a big mansion. You take in the surroundings, though visually unfamiliar. It feels like your body still remembers the place, as though you lived here for a long time. It's a strange feeling that you can't quite explain. Looking around the room, your eyes are drawn to a shelf in the corner. Ceramic vases and books, all arranged with an eye for decoration and taste. A stack of letters neatly laid on the shelf. These are all exchanges between my parents and their customers. As Han said, their merchant business seems to be doing great, but then a letter stands out. To my dear brother, apologies for taking us so long to write back to you. The business has been doing really well, but something really bothers us. You know how troubled we've always been with our daughter, Yinny. Her shortcomings were always obvious and a shame to our family. What the hey! But this time it's worse. Is this a letter from my parents? She is at that age that one would consider her left over. What? Yet she refused to go meet the prospects we've arranged for her because of this strange reason. Oh, we're so ashamed to even write the reason down in this letter. Perhaps next time we can tell you when you visit us. See you soon, dear brother. They were ashamed of me. Countless questions swell in your mind. Your palms sweat and almost ache. Spreads in your chest. What did I do that made them feel such shame? While battling with these painful feelings in you, your eyes land on a door connecting with the living area. A small scripture sign on top of the doorframe. Studio. This is Han's studio. Your feet compel you to step closer to the door. You bring your finger to touch the smooth wooden doorframe. A chilling sensation creeps up your spine. Han said I cannot go into his studio. You recall Han's strict warning gaze when he talked about it. Clearly going in would make him mad. What should you do? I mean, the only thing I can do? Go into the studio? Though knowing that it's wrong to go into the studio, according to Han, you know for a fact that you do want to go into the studio. Carefully sliding the door open, you step inside. Good job, Yinny. Goodbye, it was nice knowing you. The lantern light is just enough for you to vaguely recognize objects in the room. A desk, sits hunched in the corner, its legs uneven like it's bowing towards something unseen. Bookshelves lean dangerously, scrolls spilling out like entrails. Some papers flutter without breeze. Faint ink stains mark the wooden floor, smudge like dragging fingers. Han mentioned broken ceramic pieces on the floor, but I see none. You lower the lantern a little and the flames dance nervously. Then you notice the stairs. A narrow splintered staircase in the corner that wasn't visible when you first looked. Where does this lead to, I wonder? You carefully take one step onto the first, and then a gust of wind shrieks through the room, snuffing out your lantern. Blackness presses in from all sides. You don't move, don't breathe, and your heart punches in your ribs. Then, measured, slow, wood creaking beneath every step. Coming closer. Someone is coming. The door behind you groans open with the slowness of something ancient and resisting. Hi, sorry. Han.
What did you see in here?
I didn't see anything.
Liar.
I didn't see anything. His voice is flat. He takes one step closer and then in an instant.
I am so disappointed in you.
No trace of the warmth and loving tone he showed you before. The room plunges into darkness yet again. You try to turn, but your limbs move like they belong to someone else. Fingers clamp around your throat like iron, unyielding and cold. You try to inhale, but there's nothing left, just the sharp burn of air denied. Panic surges. Your hands claw instinctively, useless against the force tightening around your neck. Everything narrows, noise gradually fades, and just before all the sound drowns out, a whisper grazes your ears.
Darling, I hope the next time you wake up, you won't do this again.
What the hell? You can't kill me just because I went into the studio. And in the last flickering moments of your mind, a vision. The petals of a chrysanthemum, wilted with red in the center, and falling. Oh, goodbye, Yinny. He loved you most when you were silent, still and hollow, like a ceramic piece. Game over. Broken pieces ending unlocked. Or also a double allegory if we are truly in a coma in a hospital. We're currently hollow and not trying to find out our memories. Which would be such a gross implication now that I think about it. Oh well, let's head to the garden. You follow the mysterious muddy footprints, walking carefully with a small lantern in your hand. And you can only see one step ahead. Such a big mansion. You take in the surroundings, though visually unfamiliar, it still feels like your body still remembers the place, as though you've lived here for a long time. It's a strange feeling that you can't quite explain. The trail of footprints stop at the edge of the door leading outside. Occasional crickets are the only sounds echoing in the background until you hear someone is here. You cautiously peek from behind the big bush. A figure, a young man kneeling on the ground beside a tree, repeatedly bowing. Incense sticks with glowing tips in his hands. You were under the impression that Han was the only living person in the Lotus Pavilion. Is he praying to the tree? Though you don't want to disrupt his prayers, your curiosity burns and you call out, "Hey, excuse me." Upon seeing you, the young man startles. Even under the faint moonlight, you can see his eyes widening and lips trembling. He suddenly starts running, hands holding the burning incense sticks. Wait! You chase after him to a hallway until he's cornered. Please, calm down. I just want to talk. He still avoids your gaze, his entire body rigid with tension. His lips are still trembling. Sorry, I don't want to be rude, but it's just... I woke up and don't remember anything. Can I ask you a few questions? He looks around frantically, breathing hard, chest heaving. You instinctively raise your hands to calm him. Please, just calm down. In a panic, he jerks and drops the incense sticks and they fall on you. Fire quickly catches onto your sleeve, a small dot at first, but it feeds off the fabric, flaring to life. Heat surges upwards as orange and gold ribbons twist and claw up your arm, devouring the silk. Help! But the man, still with a panicked expression on his face, starts to run away. Wait, please, help me! But the man ignores you. You try and take off your clothes, but the fire is so fast, it has already caught onto your hair, your skin, and it devours you and savors you in its cruel way. Han, please save me! Your screams of pain pierces into the still night, but it's too late. Your nostrils fill with the smell of your own burned flesh, while your consciousness dims as the pain continues. Scorching and unbearable. Well, rip me! Fired and longing, cooled in silence, this love could not hold its form. Game over. Burn Petals ending unlocked. Yay! There's also a bunch of continuation endings that I would really like to try and get, because we have 9 bad endings. Originally the demo had 6, now there's 9 because there's a bunch of new ones. But there's also some continuation ones that we haven't seen yet. We are back here. This time I'm gonna ask about my parents. Can you tell me about my parents? Your parents? A trace of uneasiness grazes Han's face. I saw a letter about their funeral.
I see. It'd be natural for one to be curious about their own parents.
Yes, of course, now tell me. Han gazes at an unseen point in the room, his lips press into a quick, almost sad smile before speaking. They both passed away from getting a contagious lung infection, very soon after I moved to the Lotus Pavilion. You moved to this mansion? Does that mean it's not your family's? No, this mansion is your family's. I was merely a poor son-in-law who had nothing in his name but his artistic talent and his love for their daughter. Han brings his gaze back to you, and in them burns something fierce. Something between tenderness and desperation. You gaze downwards. Living with one's wife's parents is not a norm and is usually looked down upon in our society. I know what you think. It might not be the most socially acceptable position for me to be in, but your parents treated me with nothing but kindness and I viewed them as my own.
When they passed, us both were devastated.
Were you really? But Han smiles again, the spark in his eyes persists.
That's why we were so close. We only have each other. You and me.
Mm-hmm.
Us. Here.
Uh-huh. Now that you know about your parents, would you take the medicine? He picks up the bowl from the desk and stirs the liquid with the ceramic spoon. You quickly notice that there are chrysanthemum motifs even on the spoon. Right, the headache.
Go on. I wouldn't want you to suffer pain.
You obediently nod. Han brings a spoon to your lips. The warm liquid fills your mouth and runs down your throat. I sure hope he fills my mouth. Your tongue involuntarily savors the bitter taste with a hint of sweetness, and he was right. The medicine quickly replaces the throbbing in your forehead with a feeling of ease. I hope you feel better now. It's getting late. You should go to sleep. Go to sleep. You glance down at the mattress and the realization hits you. You two are husband and wife. Don't husband and wife share the same bed? Your face flushes with heat. The bed. Oh, that. Han's face also flushes with a rosy shade, but he quickly smiles and waves his hand. Don't worry about me. You and I share the bed, but for your comfort, the bed is yours for now. I will sleep in the studio. You will? Is that alright?
Of course. I promise to make you feel as comfortable as I can, right?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Of course. Anything for my wife. Good night now. I'll see you in the morning, alright?
Okay. Alright. Oh boy. Your peaceful sleep is disturbed by a faint creak. What's that noise? You blink awake, heart ticking a little faster. Another sound follows, a soft groan of wood. The door. It's being opened. Slowly, just a crack, and you stay still, listening. The darkness stretches thick across the room, but you can't see past the doorframe, but you feel it. The pricking weight of being watched. Something is there just beyond the threshold. You hold your breath trying to hear more, but there's nothing. No footsteps, no whisper, just silence. Maybe I'm imagining it. It's nothing. You turn onto your side and pull the blanket up to your chin. The room is cold now, your body is tense, but you squeeze your eyes shut to try and let it fade. You force yourself back to sleep, even when that feeling lingers, heavy and quiet in the dark. To be continued. Day 2. What the heck? Your eyes gradually open from the sun's rays filtering through the window. Your mind and body are slightly exhausted from a restless night.
Good morning, my darling.
Good morning. Han's face above the bed startles you. How long have you been here? Han gestures his head towards the tray of food on the desk. I came in to bring you breakfast, but you were still asleep. I didn't want to wake you up.
But I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy looking at you sleeping so peacefully.
Heat rushes to your cheeks. He was watching me sleep. Now would you eat breakfast? I made it just for you. Thank you. As you watch Han reaching for the hot steamed bun, you suddenly remember what happened last night. Hey, I couldn't sleep much last night. Something strange happened. What strange thing? The door opened in the middle of the night. I think someone was watching me. Han, still peeling the paper from underneath the steamed bun, smiles at you nonchalantly.
Huh, don't worry about that. It was probably Anne, our servant.
You have a servant? This information feels like a shock to you as you assumed it was just you and Han living here. Yes, I was a servant for your parents. Now he's still living with us. But why was he here? He tends to go around and clean the hallways at night. Perhaps he accidentally opened your door. I asked him so many times to be careful with the doors, and yet still he doesn't listen. A hint of annoyance passes Han's face, but it's quickly replaced by his returned joyfulness. But don't worry, I will tell him again. No one should disturb my beautiful wife's sleep. Now eat. He hands you the steamed bun and you take a bite. And there is something chalky about the texture of the bun, but you're still able to force it down. And there's no need to be rude about such a thoughtful gesture from him, cooking for you and taking care of you.
Since you finished eating, would you like to go to the garden with me?
The garden? Yes, fresh air is important for your recovery. Besides, it has always been your favorite place in the mansion. He gives you a playful wink.
Think about it as a date.
A date? Of course, no pressure though. You can decide if you want to go on a date with me or go around the mansion on your own if you wish. Let me think. Alright, well, we'll go to the garden within this time. And then we'll do the living room branch after. You peek through the window. The sun is shining, birds chirp lazily from the garden walls. It's the kind of weather that seems to nudge you gently outside. Besides, your gaze falls on Han again. The joy in his eyes makes him almost resemble a puppy, and it would feel like a shame to turn down someone who'd been so nice to you. Let's go. Han guides you through the hallway towards the entrance from the lobby. As you walk, your mind quietly tries to absorb your surroundings. The layout of the mansion, the way the corridors twist and connect. Though your memory isn't accessible at the moment, something about all of this feels terribly familiar. As if your body knows, even if your mind doesn't, that yes, you do live here in the Lotus Pavilion. Speaking of which, why is it called the Lotus Pavilion, Han? You turn to him, asking just as you step into the garden. All I've seen around the house are chrysanthemum decorations. Oh, that. Well, before your parents passed, they used to decorate the place with lotuses. I heard your mother especially loved them, but... Han hesitates, his eyes shift towards you, studying your reaction. After they passed, I personally asked the servants to change everything. Because you like chrysanthemums. Just because of me. Isn't that a little disrespectful to the previous owners? To your parents? He gives a small shake of his head. No, I don't think so. If your parents were alive, I'm sure they would have approved in a heartbeat because... He turns to you fully now. His hair catches the sunlight, strands glowing like gold. Isn't that proof that I love their daughter very, very much? His eyes meet yours, bright and unwavering. Your throat tightens into a small knot. You're not sure how to respond. And yet your chest flutters. Something in you recognizes the sincerity in his eyes. Whether you want to or not. Do you? You stun at the words slipping out before you can stop them. And instantly you feel a little silly for asking. From everything you've seen so far, how gently Han speaks to you. How carefully he cares for you, it's clear that he means what he says. Noticing your clumsy question, likely a defense mechanism for your own awkwardness, Han chuckles. Of course, silly. That's why I'm so happy you agreed to go on a date with me today. I would love to spend every second of my life by your side. If only I didn't have to meet deadlines for my ceramic commissions. He lets down a light sigh and glances at the tea tray already set on the table. Steam curls into the air, its warmth blending with the scent of fresh grass. You both sit down at the bamboo table and Han reaches for the teapot. With a practiced grace, he tilts it towards your cup with one hand while the other gently holds his sleeve back to keep it from getting in the way. You quietly watch him, momentarily dazed by how skillfully he moves. Like the tea itself is just another expression of his artistry. No different from the ceramics scattered beautifully across the house. The serene scene calms you, but before long, curiosity crashes into your thoughts like waves against a still shore. Han, would you tell me more about yourself? I want to get to know you. Me? There's nothing interesting about me, really. He says it casually, still focused on pouring the tea, not meeting your eyes. That's not true. You're clearly a talented artist. You must have interesting stories. I'm so happy you think so. Don't you think I'm a good artist? His eyes curve into thin crescents and his smile stretches from ear to ear. Yet, you can still detect a faint trace of unease on his face. Though he quickly soothes that out. What do you want to know? Why did you become an artist? What was your childhood like? How did we meet? Yeah, how did we meet? Your question seems to catch him off guard. His eyes widen for a second before his usual smile returns. Oh, let's see. As if dusting off an old memory. There was a time in my youth when I went through a rough patch. I didn't want to do anything but drink and lock myself away making art. One day while wandering in the streets completely drunk, I stumbled into the path of a carriage. Got hit hard and passed out right then and there. His gaze shifts towards you, soft but intense. When I opened my eyes, there she was. A young maiden leaning over me, calling me and trying to wake me. She had the most beautiful face I'd ever seen and the most angelic voice. I thought I'd died and met a goddess. And when she saw me waking up, she smiled. That moment changed everything. I promised myself that no matter the cost, no matter what it took, I would make her my wife. Right, that has a double meaning, doesn't it? You feel your breath catch. And the maiden was... That was you, darling. You can't remember it. Not a flash of it surfaces in your mind, but the way he says it, tender and reverent, sends something fluttering in your chest. As if your body remembers what your mind has forgotten. Han takes a calm sip of tea and lets out a quiet sigh.
Sorry if that felt heavy. I don't really like talking about the past. Unless it's a memory we share.
It's alright. I appreciate you telling me. His story lingers in your chest like a warm ember. It makes you feel lighter somehow, closer to him. And this is what you know about Han so far. He is your husband. He is gentle and attentive. A talented artist with a tragic human past that's shaped him into someone sincere and kind. All of it makes you feel more at ease in his care.
But we're not here just to talk about the past, are we? Your mind is still recovering. We should be doing things to relax it. Like this.
He crouches and plucks a small cluster of daisy flowers from the garden path.
Do you know how to make a flower hairpin?
Maybe not.
Here.
With delicate fingers, he begins weaving the petals and stems together into a pin-like shape. And that's beautiful. You really are crafty. You're genuinely impressed. The way he shapes the tiny blossoms into something so graceful feels effortless and natural.
Now, your turn.
You press your lips together, focusing intently as you try to mimic the way his fingers moved. But your own flower pin ends up being a bit uneven, a little lopsided and clumsy. I'm so sorry, this really isn't my forte. But instead of a disappointment, Han beams at you.
It's perfect. Come on, put it in my hair.
He gestures to his ear expectantly. No, it's so ugly. It's not worthy of your beautiful hair.
Don't say that. I'm not worthy of any gift my beloved wife makes for me. Now come on, put it on.
You hesitate, reaching out towards his soft silky hair with careful fingers, afraid to mess it up. But as soon as the crooked flower pin brushes against him, Han's eyes lift to yours. You freeze. Then he speaks, his voice quiet.
Can you touch me? With your hand?
Whoa, where? My pardon? Your hand still hovers in the air. Suspended, but the look in his eyes, soft and longing, almost desperate, pins you in place.
I really miss your touch.
Well, who am I to deny such a handsome man? Touch him. His request, though sudden, carries a strange magnetic pull. You wonder, would it really hurt to just touch him once with your bare hand? Okay. Oh, he looks so happy and a little unhinged. But happy. You reach for his cheek and he leans into your touch obediently, as if he's been waiting for this moment forever. The instant your skin meets his, a shiver courses through your body. A fluttering sensation shoots up your arm, spreading down your spine, a rush caught between warmth and cold, making your heart pound uncontrollably. The golden rays of the summer sun seem to linger on his face, and for a moment, time itself feels suspended. Han speaks, his voice barely above a whisper.
Thank you. I needed this so much.
He leans in further, pressing his cheek into your palm as if trying to absorb your warmth into his very being.
I wish time would stop right here. I didn't have to return to the studio.
He gently nudges against your hand one last time and places a soft kiss on your palm before letting go. I need to finish my work, but thank you truly for spending time with me today. Feel free to wander around the mansion, just be careful. Your body is still weak. I'll bring you some medicine later. Alright. With that, Han's footsteps fade into the background. You finish your tea and decide to walk around the garden. Curious about the lotus pond, you step closer to its edge. So there are still some lotuses left in the mansion after all. The vibrant pink blooms sway gently on the water, their colors glowing under the sun. You become lost in the sight until a sudden creak breaks the quiet. From across the pond, something stirs, and your eyes snap towards it. Something small, blue and white, moving. Is that a doll? It scurries, jerky, almost unnatural, ducking behind the thick reeds before you can get a better look. You instinctively move around the pond, trying to follow, heart racing. Wait! But by the time you reach the other side, it's gone. Nothing remains except the rustling of bushes where it vanished. You push aside the leaves, searching, but there's no trace, as if it were never there. Panting, you look down at your hand, and there's a smudge on your palm, dark and damp, almost like mud. No, it's not just mud. It's thicker, grainy. Clay. I must have touched the ground at some point. Or maybe I'm made of clay. Should you go wash it off or continue to walk around? Well, I'll go wash it off. How unruly, I'm bothered by getting dirt all over me. You notice buckets of clean water readily prepared in the corner of the bathroom. Han must have prepared this for me. After filling the tub, you take off your clothes and submerge yourself in the water. The coolness envelops you, easing the summer heat and the tension in your shoulders, and you relax. In the corner of your eye, you notice a shovel hanging on the wall. Strange. Why is there a shovel here? Who knows? It would be too much to have things super organized all the time. You start scrubbing the clay on your skin with the loofah made from a dried squash. But no matter what you do, the clay does not disappear. What the hell? You scrub harder, panicking. Get off me! You're determined to scrub even harder until the loofah scratches you and scrapes you. Blood starts to flow from the cut on your skin and you don't feel any pain at all. You feel your head heat up, panic rising in your throat. Crimson red liquid begins to seep into the water. But for some strange reason that only makes you panic and scrub harder. You need to get the dirt off your skin. And quicker than you know, the tub is filled with red. I'm also apparently drowning. You jolt awake, gasping for air. The water around you is still clear. It seems like you are dreaming. You blink rapidly, heart pounding, and the clay on your skin is gone. No blood, no dirt, just your bare, clean skin. Was that a nightmare? You sigh deeply, pressing a hand to your chest to steady your breath. Slowly, you rise from the tub and reach for the towel. The fabric brushes softly against your skin as you dry yourself off, your fingers still trembling from the lingering panic. As you move to grab your robe, something on the wall catches your attention. Beautifully painted scrolls line the tiled wall. The silk fabric smooth and rich with color. Detailed scenes of mountains and gardens in bloom, birds in flight, and elegant deer. You step closer, eyes drawn to the bottom corners of each scroll. There in elegant calligraphy is the name. Your name. Again, it's my name. Those paintings are beautiful. Even the calligraphy characters are neat, as if drawn by someone masterful. Were these made by me? After putting on your clothes, you lethargically walk back to your room, thoughts about what you saw boggling your mind. If those paintings you saw were truly yours, you must have been a wonderful painter. And though that notion is something that deserves to be celebrated, you hate for not remembering anything about your past and about the person you were. What if those memories never come back? Would you forever lose the version of yourself from before the accident? As you enter the bedroom, a familiar figure has been waiting for you. Han, what are you doing here? I'm here to bring you medicine. Han raises up the bowl of medicine in his hand. You cast a slow gaze towards the window where the sun rays have waned into a glowy red sunset. I guess it's time already. Han slowly approaches you. I don't trust that medicine. I don't want to drink it. How was your day? Did you have fun exploring? Fun? Sure. Your mind drifts to the events earlier today. It was a strange day at least, and you become even more confused. What's wrong? You look unwell. Well, it's just... You really want to ask Han? Oh god, what do I ask him? Medicine? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Maybe you need to rest more. The doll? Nope. What about... me? What about me? Was I an artist, Han? You blurt out, determined to learn about your past. A hint of uneasiness passes Han's face. Why do you ask? The paintings on the wall, they're so beautiful. If I were the one who made them, I'd love to know. I see. Yes, of course, you're a talented painter. Han smiles. I adored your art so much. You expected a long answer from him, but that seems to be the end of his comment. Why didn't you mention it before? Well, I thought I shouldn't overwhelm you with too much information and let your memory naturally recover to not cause you a headache. Right. Speaking of which, it is time to take your medicine. He brings a ceramic bowl up and blows on the steam coming off of it. Your headache will get worse if you don't drink it before it cools. Put your gaze to the medicine bowl. Though your mind is still bothered by Han's vague answers, it still has many more questions. You want to believe that is right. Dwelling too much into your past will cause nothing but stress and anxiety. You nod, accept his bowl and drink. The bitter liquid runs down your throat. The scent of herbs gradually absorbed by senses. A flowy, comfortable feeling spreading through your body, easing the tension you had in your forehead. Han gently takes the bowl from you. You did a good job, darling. He smiles. Now, why don't you get some rest? We can spend more time together tomorrow. I have some work I need to take care of tonight. The moment Han leaves the room, you flop onto the mattress, letting the coolness of the blanket devour your whole body. Your mind runs wild with several questions and suspicions, memories that don't align, paintings that feel both yours and not yours, and the ever-present bitterness of the medicine. Thoughts chant endlessly until they tangle and blur, tugging at you with quiet whispers. Your mind, still tangled in doubt, finally exhausts itself and slips into a nice, mellow sleep. In the stillness of the night, a faint sound stirs you from sleep. You blink your eyes open, adjusting to the darkness. Oh, great. The door to your room groans as it slowly begins to open. Who's that? From where you lay, you can just make out a sliver of movement. It's a little guy. A small shadow casts across the wooden floor, stretching closer. Your breath catches. It's a ceramic doll, the same one you saw in the garden. You start to push yourself up, heart thudding. But the moment your eyes meet its hollow gaze, it begins to tremble. Crack. With a violent shudder, the doll splinters apart, exploding into hundreds of jagged clay fragments that scatter across the floor like broken teeth. You freeze, chest tight, pulse racing. What should you do? Ignore the sound. Though your heart thumps with anxiety, you don't want to dwell on it any longer. If I just force myself to go to sleep, the sound will disappear, right? After a moment of convincing yourself, you shut your eyes and pull the blanket over your head. Gradually, the warmth and the silence that follows rock you into sleep, gently drifting asleep.
Wake up. Look at me.
You groan, having trouble following the voice.
You are a sleepyhead, aren't you?
A familiar yet unfamiliar voice echoes from somewhere nearby. You try to open your eyes, but they feel impossibly heavy, as if a blurred curtain hangs over your vision. Han? After a brief laugh, he lets out a bit of scoff.
Seems like he's got you wrapped around his finger, doesn't he?
The man snaps his fingers and your vision finally clears. Well, hello, other fine shit. I want this guy. He looks cool. Also, he looks like the little doll. Standing before you is a man dressed in red. His eyes blindfolded with a strip of black fabric. His hair's features are unmistakable traces of Han in him, and yet there's something dangerous about his presence. His voice is deeper, huskier, stripped of Han's gentleness. His frame is similar, yet rougher and more masculine, like a sharpened version of the man you know. Who are you? How did you get in here? The man doesn't answer. Though his eyes are hidden beneath the blindfold, you can feel his gaze locked onto you.
You're pretending to not know me now. How cruel.
I don't remember shit, dude. He steps closer, the weight of his stare pressing down on you, observing, and that makes your heart beat fast. Hey.
You seem to not really know who I am.
Do I know you? I mean, I think I hit my head and lost my memory.
Hit your head? Is that what Han says?
The name Han rolls off his tongue, sharp and dripping with sarcasm. Yeah, who are you to him and why do you two look alike?
Alike? I'm nothing like him. He's weaker, uglier.
He's not ugly. He stops right in front of you. You try to step back, but your body refuses to obey. Damn it, why can't I move?
Maybe I like you better this way. No memories. We can start fresh.
He tilts his head slightly.
Maybe this time, I can make you...
You can make me what? Oh, you're so pretty. I know I'm in like significant danger, but hello? He suddenly grasps your hand and lifts it towards his face. Lift you towards my face. The abrupt motion makes you gasp. He presses your hand against the blindfold covering his eyes, forcing you to feel its coarse fabric.
I'll make you pay for what you did to me.
What? I didn't do anything. He leans down, his voice dropping to a whisper, the closest making your face burn.
You'll repay me with your body.
Whoa.
Your heart, your endurance, whatever I desire.
Dang, dude. His grip tightens around your wrist just enough to keep you there, as if he's afraid you'll pull away, or if he wants you to remember exactly where he's letting you touch him. What is he talking about? His fingers brush against yours in a lingering, heated caress before he finally lets go.
If you want answers, find me in the secret area.
The secret area?
This is only a dream. One I created. I can't reach you in reality.
His voice lowers.
I can only meet you there. In that place. Remember, sometimes the area is locked. The only way to make sure you'll reach it is to get the key from Han. He always keeps it tucked into his belt.
He steps back, a slow knowing smirk curving his lips.
Goodbye. Come to the area. You'll get your answers.
His voice softens, dangerous.
And I'll get what's mine.
With that, he dissolves into the darkness, his surroundings twisting and warping into a violent swirl. You jolt upright. Was that really just a dream? But it felt so real. You clutch your hand trying to remember who the man was, but nothing comes. Not even me. The only thing that remains is the feeling, familiar and unsettling, just like when you're with Han. A sense that you and the man must have once been close. Questions swirl endlessly in your mind. Why do they look alike? Could he be related to Han? What happened to his eyes? But more importantly, the secret area. Your desperate thirst for answers finally hardens into resolve. Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with desperate thirst. You need to reach the secret area no matter where it is. If I search the house, I'll find it eventually. Which means, the key. You move quietly through the house, your footsteps light, your breath shallow. Han has to be somewhere. Room after room passes in silence until a faint glow catches your eye. The door to his studio is slightly ajar. Inside, Han is slumped over his work table, fast asleep. Half-finished ceramic pieces surround him, bowls and figures and fragments still damp with care. Clay stains his fingers, his breathing slow and exhausted. He must have fallen asleep while working. Your gaze drops. There, hanging from his belt. The key. This is not gonna end well. Your chest tightens. I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. You hesitate, guilt flooding in, but the image of the man in the red, the secret area, the unanswered truths, it all presses down onto you. Your hand trembles as you reach for the key, just one step closer. Han stirs. Yinny. Your heart stops. He wakes fully now, eyes sharp as they lock onto your hand at his belt. In one swift motion, he grabs your wrist, gripping it tightly.
What are you doing?
I was just... You try to pull away, but his grip tightens. His expression darkens, hurt flashing before anger settling in.
Don't lie to me!
I didn't even say anything. I just said I was just. You didn't even let me finish. How do you know it was a lie? I just wanted answers, please. Han! Before you can say more, A sharp burning stench floods the air. That smell! Han's eyes widen.
Oil!
Suddenly, something crashes through the doorway, a flaming object skidding across the floor. Fire blooms instantly, crawling hungrily across the clay-dusted room. Han? The door slams shut from the outside. Locked. Flames surge higher, devouring paper and wood and ceramic alike. Heat pressing in from all sides. Han yanks you close, shielding you instinctively as he throws himself at the door.
Open it!
He slams his shoulder against the wood again and again, but the fire spreads faster than he can fight it. Smoke chokes the air. I can't breathe.
Stay with me! Don't close your eyes!
Your vision blurs. The world burns orange and white. Then, something slips beneath the door. You two are both a disgrace to this world. You must die. What the hell? I didn't even do anything. A piece of paper curling at the edges as it lands between you, illuminated by the fire. Scrawled across it in jagged, furious strokes. No. Han pulls you into his arms, holding you tightly as the flames roll closer. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
The heat becomes unbearable, your thoughts scatter and your grip loosens. And together, everything fades into white. Well, goodbye me. Goodbye, Han. Fire judged them long before the world did. Game over. It is interesting though, because we finally got to meet the second love interest and the secret character. I'm so excited for his route. I'm pretty sure he is the DLC only love interest, which I'm definitely going to be grabbing when the full game is out. Well, we're going to come back here. This time I'm going to go inspect, and then we'll call for Han's help after. Call for Han's help. Your voice trembles as you cry out. Alright, go inspect. You throw the blanket off and step out of the bed, your legs shaky beneath you. Each step towards the shattered door feels heavy, like you're wading through a dream. But when you reach it, you freeze. There's nothing. No doll. No broken pieces scatter on the floor. You blink in confusion, your hand reaching out to touch the smooth wood of the floor, half expecting it to crumble beneath your fingers. There is no trace that anything was here. Well, that is a to-be-continued ending. So I guess we'll just come back here and ask for Han's help. Your voice trembles as you cry out. Han, help! The room remains still for a few breathless moments, then urgent footsteps approach. What's wrong? What happened? You point a shaking finger towards the doorway. The door. And there was someone. I saw the doll. Han's gaze sweeps across the floor, then he slowly steps closer, crouching to examine where you point to. There's nothing here. His voice is calm. What? There are broken pieces all over. Wait. You look, but all the broken pieces are gone. The floor is spotless, untouched, its dark wood glowing under the soft light of the lantern outside. I swear I just saw it. Are you sure it wasn't just a dream? No, I was awake. I saw it. The doll from the garden. It was standing right there. Han rises, walking to your side. You must be under a lot of stress. The medicine might not be strong enough to keep the headaches and the visions away. I'm not hallucinating. Let's not jump to conclusions tonight. You've had a long day. I'll have this door fixed tomorrow. But please get some sleep. His voice is low now but firm, and he returns to the door. Still catching your breath, you murmur softly. Han, I'm scared. Will you stay with me tonight? Han turns back. Stay with you. You didn't realize how your question might have sounded to Han until you notice his eyes widening and his cheeks blushing slightly. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Your cheeks also turn red from embarrassment. Actually, I'm gonna be honest, I did mean it exactly like that. I'm just scared. For the last 2 nights, I keep waking up in the middle of the night. I don't feel safe. It's okay if you sleep on the bed and I sleep on a mattress on the floor, right? You stammer. Your throat feels dry and your mind silently curses itself for even having said such a thing. But Han seems to be amused by your embarrassment and he smiles softly.
It's alright. You don't have to explain yourself, darling.
He takes a quick glance at the door before looking back at you. I have a lot of work at the studio, but how can I turn down staying with my wife? He chuckles.
And what kind of husband would I be if I let my wife sleep on the floor?
Han locks your eyes with such an intense gaze. Under the flickering light of the lantern, it's too much to bear.
Of course, I'll do anything to make you feel comfortable. So what do you say about our sleeping arrangement?
We can sleep together in the bed. Can you stay close to me? Requires full expansion pack DLC. Is this the one where we get to like boink his shtick? Can you can sleep on the bed? Yeah, we'll do this one. His eyes lit up. But with one condition. Could you stay on that side and I stay on this side? Of course. However you want it. Oh, however I want it? He winks. I'm very good at following instructions. Oh, are you? You're a freaking pervert. The mattress shifts. Not a lot. Just enough to remind you that you're not alone. Han settles in beside you, keeping to his side like you asked, his movements unhurried. You inch away anyway. A small scoot, then another. Your back presses closer to the wall, the blanket tucked right under your hands. Han doesn't reach for you, he doesn't need to. His presence fills the space between you like warmth you don't know what to do with. Why are you so tense? His voice is low and gentle. Are you uncomfortable? No, it's just... You swallow. I'm very good at that. It's hard when I don't remember anything. One moment I wake up and someone tells me he's my husband and now he's here. You stare at the ceiling as if it might give you instructions. I just don't know how I'm supposed to act. For a second, Han says nothing. Then the bed dips slightly, like he's turned his head to look at you. It's only natural to be nervous. What can I do to make you feel better? I don't know. A quiet spark lights his voice. I know. You feel him shift a little, just settling in. How about I tell you a bedtime story? A bedtime story? Yes. There's a soft smile in his words. When I first moved here, I was so nervous I couldn't sleep. So you used to tell me stories to help me. Your grip on the blanket tightens. I did? His gaze meets yours in the dim light. Even in the near dark, his golden eyes still gleam. What did I tell you back then? Well, many. But my favorite one is called Who Murdered My Empress, also a good game. What is it about? It takes place in the far future. His voice lowers. A girl wakes up in a kingdom 200 years in the past, lost in time. Yes. He glances at you as if checking whether you're still listening. And in that place she becomes an empress. An empress? With 4 consorts. The corner of his mouth lifts, faintly amused. 4 husbands sworn to her. That sounds complicated. It is. His gaze lingers a second too long, because one of them kills her. A murder mystery? But it's not just about the murderer. The bed shifts slowly as he adjusts, still on his side, still respecting the boundary yet somewhat closer than before. It's about politics, about love and obsession. His voice turns quieter. And betrayal. He pauses, the silence after his words feeling warm against your skin. Why does it feel like he's not talking about the story anymore? Time travel just sounds too far out of this world. It's too unbelievable. That's fair. For me, the most unbelievable part would be... You glance towards him without meaning to. He's still on his side, still keeping the distance you asked for, and yet his presence is all you can feel. Empress or not. His eyes lift to yours, slow and deliberate. I would never tolerate being with other men, sharing my wife like that. Your breath catches. His words shouldn't feel like they were meant to you, but they do. Han pricks you with a gaze that's soft, almost loving, yet intense enough to make your skin prickle. I'd only want you for myself. His voice drops velvet smooth. Because I'm selfish like that. Han! So selfish. He smiles faintly like he knows he's being frightening and doesn't quite regret it. But the thought of you looking at another man would feel like a dagger to my heart. The blanket shifts as your fingers tighten around it. You try to laugh, but it comes out thin. You're joking. Han doesn't laugh back, he watches you unblinking. No. Another small shift and he moves again, careful, as if he doesn't want to startle you. The space between you narrows until you can feel his warmth through the air. Not touching, not yet, but close enough that you can't pretend you're alone in the bed anymore. You said there's no pressure. There isn't. His voice is gentle. I would never force you. His hand lifts slightly, hovering near the blanket between you. But tell me. His fingers brush the fabric, barely, a whisper of contact. My heart, it's too loud. If you had your memories. He tilts his head, gaze dipping to your mouth for the briefest moment before returning to your eyes. Would you still choose to stay on your side? Your throat tightens. You don't know the right answer. You don't know what's safe. But your body betrays you first, your breath catching, your fingers loosening just a little on the blanket. Han notices, of course he does. His smile is small, satisfied, almost unbearably fond. May I come closer? Yeah, sure. The question's quiet and polite, but it lands like a seal being pressed into hot clay. Your lips part and no sound comes out. Han's hands slide forward again, not to grab you, not to trap you. Only to find your fingers. He touches the back of your hand with the gentlest pressure, and your skin lights up when he's made contact, like he's been waiting for it. I should pull away. You don't. Han's thumb strikes one slow and careful as if testing whether you'll flinch. You're trembling. I am not. You are. He leans in close enough that you can feel his breath now soft against your knuckles. Say the word and I'll stop. I'm not saying shit. I'm having a great time. His eyes burn with something that feels like devotion and hunger braided together. But if you don't? His mouth hovers just above your hand, just above the place he's holding you like something precious. Then let me be selfish. His lips almost touch your skin. Almost. And the candlelight flickers, throwing his shadow across your body like a curtain falling. On. Wow. Wowee. I'm so sad that it was like a to be continued. I want to bang-a-lang that guy so bad. Well, the other options with Han also lead to the same ending. So I think we're going to try and go back and get the remaining ones because we have 4 endings left to get. There's also this bit as well because before we went to the bathroom to wash ourselves off, this time we'll go straight to the living room. Still bothered by the doll you saw, you let your feet wander inside the mansion until you find the living room. Here, a foyer connects the spaces with neatly arranged decorations. You stand carefully observing the surroundings. A bucket of muddy water on the desk. How strange. On the wall, beautiful scrolls made with expensive-looking silk cover the wall. Scenery and flower motifs painted on them. You notice a signature at the bottom of each. Your name. Did I make these paintings? They are beautiful, yet something doesn't feel right. The signatures, the palms written on them are neat and even, definitely of someone who is right-handed. That's a stark contrast to the writing I saw in my diary yesterday. You look down at your hands again. You're definitely right-handed, which means that you might actually be the creator of these paintings. While you're bothered by that thought, a pain erupts from your skull. You instinctively place your palm on your temple. Strong arms catch you just before you hit the ground. Darling, are you okay? Han? Where did he come from? Your headache, it's time to drink your medicine. He lets go of you gently, retrieving a small porcelain bowl from the nearby stone table. The dark herbal liquid swells slowly inside. Here, take this before your fever gets worse. Looking at the medicine, questions swell in your mind again. Let's ask about Han. He doesn't understand what we're talking about. Lotus Pavilion. What about the medicine? He doesn't understand what we're... Really? The doll? You? I want to test the other options before asking about the handwriting. Just in case I miss anything. Merchant Lee? Servant? Number? Yeah, I guess handwriting's the only thing we can ask about. The writing on the desk. There's something wrong with it. What are you talking about? Han's face remains calm. Too calm. His soft smile still blooms gently like it always does, unchanging and serene. The headache presses deeper like a vice tightening on your skull. It makes it harder to think, harder to stay grounded. They're written by someone left-handed. And I see my paintings on the wall, I'm right-handed. You lift your hand instinctively, almost as if to prove it to yourself. You were left-handed before the accident. Perhaps the damage caused... That's not true! You snap, cutting him off before you can finish. You don't even realize how loud your voice has gotten, but the words burst out, raw and sharp. No accident can change someone's natural writing habit. Not like that. Not something so deeply ingrained. Han worriedly looks at you. Please take the medicine first and then we can talk. But your body aches. Your head is pounding, your throat burns raw with each breath. The pit in your stomach grows heavier, not just from illness, but something deeper. A creeping dread. No, I won't take it. I don't trust you. With what little strength you have, you swing your arm out and knock the bowl from his hands. It crashes to the ground with a sharp crack. The medicine splashes out in a dark puddle across the stone. He flinches, frozen in place, staring at the shattered porcelain. Then, a sharp blinding pain erupts in your throat as if all is swollen shut at once. You gasp but no air comes out, your eyes winding in a panic as you claw weakly at your neck. The world blurs and your knees buckle beneath you. Wait, Yinny. You collapse. Han catches you before you hit the stone, but your limbs already limp. Your head lolls against his chest, staring blankly at him. No. He lowers you to the ground, his hands trembling as he cradles your face. Your lips move slightly, trying to form words, but your throat is completely closed. All that comes out is a faint wet rasp. Your vision is fading fast now, dark at the edges. Please don't do this. His voice breaks into a sob, and he presses his forehead against yours, shaking. You're supposed to be safe here. You were supposed to let me protect you. He pulls you into his arms, rocking you back and forth on the cold stone floor. His tears falling fast and silent onto your lifeless body. A random spilled medicine spreads in a quiet dark stain. No gold can fill these cracks. No love can undo this fate. Game over. Wilted Bride ending unlocked. Dang! Yeah, so 3 endings left. Well, I'm gonna come back here. Instead of going on a date with Han to the garden, we're gonna go to the living room, because we haven't done the living room branch. Though the offer to go to the garden sounds tempting, your mind is bogged down with another curious thought. What's the inside of Lotus Pavilion like? Sorry, Han, I don't feel like leaving the house today. Han gazes down, as if what you said hurt him. His eyelashes almost touch his cheeks, making you instantly regret your decision, but his gentle smile comes back fast. Of course, I understand. You must still feel unwell. Standing up, he picks up the tray of unfinished food. Well then, I will go back to work on my ceramic piece for Merchant Lee. How's that coming along? You said to cover up the awkwardness of your denial of the date. Well, it's coming along. He states plainly, yet you cannot place any emotions behind his words, even when you try. Okay then, I will see you later. I'll bring you some medicine before night. Okay, thank you. Right after Han leaves, you go across the hallway to the living room, passing a large foyer. The mansion is so big it takes a while just to get from one room to another. Let's explore the foyer. Bucket. Why is there a bucket here? The water in here looks kinda muddy. Painting? What a beautiful chrysanthemum painting. Your eyes notice a small script near the bottom. There's more like code. Is this some sort of code? I'm excited for the day when we get to decipher it. Vase. The vases here are so beautiful, but again, they have chrysanthemum flowers on them. While admiring the beautifully arranged if slightly strange foyer, you jolt when your eyes narrow in on the ground. Muddy footprints stretch from where you stand, exiting the room. Stark contrast even against the dark wooden floor. You crouch and swipe your finger across the footprints. This isn't dirt. It feels more like clay. Curious, you follow the trail of footprints down the hallway, along the stairs until you reach the front yard. The harsh grit of a broom scraping the ground cuts through the quiet. A lone figure is sweeping, focused and methodical. A person. Arm looks so traumatized, I feel so bad for him. Hello? Startled, the figure jerks upright and turns. It's a young man. His eyes widen the moment he sees you and he instinctively takes a step back. Who are you? You approach with a friendly smile, but he retreats even further, putting more distance between the two of you. The young man's breathing quickens as you take another step forward, his grip on the broom tightening, knuckles whitening. Wait, hey, I'm not gonna hurt you. But your words only seem to make things worse. Panic flashes across his face and he suddenly bolts. Hey, wait! You chase after him, boots pounding against the stone. The confusion only deepens the longer you run. Why is he so afraid? What did he think you were gonna do? He weaves through narrow turns and around the corners, but you manage to keep up. Eventually he skids to a stop near a carved pillar, realizing too late that he's boxed in. He presses himself against it, eyes darting wildly for an escape that isn't there. Look, I just want to talk. He tries to curl in on himself, shrinking back and trembling. His breath comes out in short, sharp bursts, and he makes muffled, frightened noises, like he's trying to speak, but he can't. That's when it hits you. You glance over his clothes, simple, a bit dirt-streaked, the fabric looking like something from the household staff, and you remember. Han mentioned someone, a servant named An. This must be him, and he's mute. Not deaf, just can't speak. You take a small step back, trying not to startle him again. An, right? Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. His eyes flick to yours, unsure, but he doesn't move. I just want to ask you something. Let's ask her about Han. I know you can't speak, but so I'll ask yes or no questions, okay? Can you nod or shake your head to answer? Han still avoids your gaze, his entire body rigid with tension. Can I ask you a few things about Han, my husband? At the mention of Han's name, An's entire frame stutters and his eyes go wild. He looks around frantically, breathing hard, chest heaving. He darts his eyes back and forth between you and the escape route behind you with bloodshot eyes, sweat pouring down his face and his body jerking. You instinctively raise your hands to calm him. Please, just calm down. Oh no, a blinding pain erupts in your stomach. You stagger back and look down. The broken end of a broom juts from your abdomen, slick with blood. You can't even scream. Why did you stab me? A wave of nausea rises, thick and overwhelming. Something wet pours from the wound, warm and sticky, soaking through your clothes, the coppery smell of blood flooding your nose. Why did you stab me? You hit the floor hard. Your fingers twitch, reaching for something, but there's nothing to hold on to. Your vision pulses at the edges, dimming with each heartbeat. Oh no. An runs, his footsteps fading into the distance. The corridor stretches long and empty around you, filled only with the sound of your own ragged breathing. Then even that begins to fade. The final crack runs straight through your name. Game over. Damn! Well, we'll ask him anything else but Han. Do you know about... Your words die mid-sentence as a wave of dizziness crashes through your skull, like it's being shoved from the inside. You stagger, clutching your head, vision blurring, your knees giving out beneath you. Strong arms catch you just before you hit the ground.
Darling, are you okay?
Han? Where did he come from? You blink up at him, but your gaze flickers past his shoulder, catching a glimpse of movement. An's hunched figure is already scurrying away, vanishing across the yard like a frightened animal. But An... Han follows your eyes, his expression darkens. Did you just talk to him? Yes, I was about to ask him a few questions. His jaw tightens, that cold, unreadable look overtaking his face.
There's nothing you need from him.
But...
Enough. I don't want you near him. He's... not right.
Jeez.
He's been strange lately. Besides, I can take care of everything for you. I don't like other men doing anything for you.
I mean, he's supposed to be helping the household?
Not even speaking to you.
Dude, I don't feel comfortable with this. Han shifts his tone almost too smoothly, his hand brushing the hair from your cheek. Actually, I came to bring your medicine. He lets go of you gently and retrieves a small porcelain bowl, the dark herbal liquid swirling slowly inside. Here, take this before your fever gets worse. But your body aches. Your head is pounding, your throat burns raw with each breath. The pit in your stomach grows heavier, not just from illness, but something deeper. A creeping dread. No, I won't take it. What? You're making me uncomfortable. The way you said I can't be near An, it felt wrong. I was just trying to talk.
Listen to me. Please, take your medicine.
I said no. I don't trust you. With what little strength you have, you swing your arm out and knock the bowl from his hands. It crashes to the ground with a sharp crack. The medicine splashes out in a dark puddle across the stone. He flinches, frozen in place, staring at the shattered porcelain. And then I die. A sharp, blinding pain erupts in your throat, as if it has swollen shut all at once. You gasp, but no air comes, your eyes winding in a panic, and you claw weakly at your neck. The world burns and your knees buckle beneath you. Wait, Yinny. You collapse. Oh, he looks so sad. Han catches you before you hit the stone, but your limbs already limp. Your head lolls against his chest, eyes staring blankly past him.
No.
He lowers you to the ground, his hands trembling as he cradles your face. Your lips move slightly, trying to form words, but your throat is completely closed. All that comes out is a faint, wet rasp. Your vision is fading fast now, dark at the edges. Yinny.
No. Don't. Please don't do this to me.
His voice breaks into a sob. He presses his forehead against yours, shaking.
You were supposed to be safe here. You were supposed to let me protect you.
He pulls you into his arms, rocking you back and forth on the cold stone floor, his tears falling fast and silent onto your lifeless body. Around him, the spilled medicine spreads in a quiet, dark stain. Your soul fired in his obsession, too brittle to survive. Game over. But we still have one more branch to explore, which is explore the living room. And we've got one more ending left to get. Well, here we are. Let's explore the left shelf. Ceramic pieces and stacks of books sit neatly on the wooden shelf. Everything looks organized, almost obsessively so. But one book catches your eye, it's just slightly off in size compared to the others. Curious, you reach for it, but when you open it, you find the pages have been hollowed out. It's a secret compartment. Inside, a small stack of old letters, each sealed with the same name, Master of the Lotus Pavilion. My parents. You thumb through them, most seem ordinary. Casual notes sent to friends and distant relatives, mundane updates about daily life, but one stands out. The paper is older than the rest, yellowed and dry at the edges. Ink faded to a rusty brown. To my dear brother, I'm writing to you with some news today. My wife gave birth to a girl. How disappointing, we both thought to ourselves. We were expecting a boy. Wait! A girl is little more than a burden on this family, which is already desperate for an heir. We'll be grieving our shame for a while. Don't expect us at the next family gathering. Is this when they gave birth to me? Table? The desk is arranged with elegant care. The white porcelain cups and matching teapot. Each piece delicate and refined. Judging by the craftsmanship, these must be Han's work. You settle onto the cushioned chair, running your fingers along the smooth surface of one of the cups, admiring its beauty. But then something nudges at your curiosity. You turn the cup in your hand and glance at the bottom. There's something imprinted on it. Etched faintly into the porcelain is a mark, not part of the design. The pattern reads, "Ooh, more code." Right shelf. Stacks of letters and paper sit neatly on the shelf. This all seems to be documents and receipts of purchases from and to the mansion. Just like Han said about selling art to merchants from all over the country. A letter catches your attention. Dear Yinny, I hope this letter finds you well and that business has been treating you kindly. As you know, the spring auctions have brought in quite a selection, some pieces even I hadn't expected. My contacts in the capital tell me that several rare scrolls may soon surface, which could be of interest to you, since they're becoming more generous with their offers lately, if you catch my meaning. One particular painting, a landscape in ink and gold, has changed hands twice in the last month. Maybe it's time we had another private viewing. I still remember the last one fondly. Merchant Lee is hot, so I would not mind another private viewing, if you know what I mean. In any case, I will be passing through your town before the next market tide. Naturally, I'd love to talk more, perhaps over wine and roasted duck. Great things are happening, old friend, and I wouldn't want you to miss them. Forgive my sudden excitement, but I have a feeling something rare is coming soon. Of course, discretion is always appreciated in these matters. Remember, the right piece at the right time can change everything. You understand these things better than most. Once I arrive, I'll bring a few samples you might enjoy examining. Until then, keep your eyes open and your doors unlocked. Lee, something about it keeps tugging at your mind. The tone, the phrasing, it's strange, almost too pointed. I am coming for you. Oh, that, right there. Then it clicks. Your eyes dart to the start of each line. The first letters form a sentence. I am coming for you. I'm coming for you. Merchant Lee is coming for me. What does that mean? You stand up and walk towards the foyer. While admiring the beautifully arranged, if slightly strange foyer, you jolt when your eyes narrow in on the ground. Muddy footprints stretch from where you stand, exiting the room. Curious, you follow the trail of footprints down the hallway to the entrance of a room. This must be the library. You reach out to push the door open, but pain lances through your head like lightning before your hand touches the door handle. The dizziness unbalances you and your knees give out beneath you. Strong arms catch you before you hit the ground.
Darling, are you okay?
Where did he come from? It seems like you've exhausted yourself. He steadies you. Don't forget you're still recovering. Let's go back to your room to rest. But you look back at the library door, but Han seems to pay no attention to your gesture. He guides you towards your bedroom and you're too weak to resist. Han guides you to the bed, his gesture firm but gentle.
How are you feeling, darling?
I feel dizzy and the headache is making it hard to breathe.
That's the sign to take your medicine. Here.
Han reaches with a bowl of medicine from the desk, its herbal smoke dissipating into the room's air. You stare at the bowl, your chest uneasy, not just from the headache, but from the fact that you have to take this medicine again. Can I ask what's in this?
What do you mean? It's the medicine for your headache.
But you never told me what was in it. Though we're husband and wife, there are certain recipes I need to keep for myself, aren't there? No? Not if I'm the one ingesting them. Han winks at you playfully, but it comes across as if he's trying to hide something, and you frown. Not when it comes to the medicine your wife is taking.
I was just teasing. Of course I can tell you what's in it. But after you take it, I don't want my darling to be in pain.
You almost flush at him calling you darling. You notice him using that word a couple of times before, but now that you have the capacity to process it, given how close you two are sitting. Okay, you promise?
Yeah, I promise.
Han brings a spoon of medicine to feed you and you accept with your lips. The medicinal liquid quickly flows through you, easing the ache you had in your upper body. Your shoulders relax and your breath becomes even. Good girl. Han smiles nonchalantly while putting the bowl down on the desk. The medicine is made from sighing willow, night blossom, stardust berries, and ember root. All ingredients chosen by your family doctor. How come I know none of these ingredients? As if recognizing your confused expression, Han says, these are all strange exotic ingredients from the western region. The names might sound strange, but what's important is, he reaches out to brush the fallen strand of hair out of your face, tilting his head. It works wonderfully, don't you think? You flush again, unsure if it's because of the gesture he made itself, or because of how close you two are and how flawless his complexion is in the waning light casting through the window. And he is right. As long as the medicine works, Han's eyes linger on you with a thoughtful, caring expression. You don't have to worry too much about the logistic of things because you have me. I made a promise to your parents, to you, and to myself that I would take care of you so you don't even have to touch the smallest chore in his household. Speaking of which, would you allow me to wash your hair tonight? Wash my hair? Yes, you still love me washing your hair. You always said that your hair is long and you hate doing it yourself, and I always offer to help. Maybe me doing it will help you recover your memory. Realizing he has a point, you have no response but to nod. Shall we? Han offers you a hand, realizing your slightly confused look, and he smiles.
You don't expect me to wash your hair in the bedroom, do you? The bedroom is for other things, you know?
Oh, like what? Do tell. Like banging. He winks at you. Your cheeks feel like someone is hovering torches over them. You clumsily reach out to his hand and he helps you get out of the bed. Wait here. Han quickly fills up the bathtub with buckets of water. The air in the bathroom gently distorts from the hot steam. The water is ready, you can get in now. You're in a daze until Han's voice calls to you. Oh, okay. You look down at your clothing, realizing that taking a bath means you have to remove your clothes. Your hands clumsily untie the belt. Your throat knots as if you're swallowing clay. Han steps towards you and halts in front of you. He looks from above. Shadow from the night covering half his face, but you can still see his smirk.
Do you want me to help?
Sure. Help me. The word slips out before you can stop it, barely a whisper. Your ears burn at his question. What do you mean by help? You try to sound firm, but your voice trembles. Han doesn't answer right away, he just takes a single step forward, slow and deliberate. His gaze drops to your coat, lingering just long enough to make your breath hitch. Then he looks up and smirks. That familiar, loving yet unreadable smirk.
I'm your husband, and you're still recovering. It'd be natural if I help you.
Every nerve in your body lights up. You can still feel the heat crawling from your ears to your neck and up your cheeks and down your spine. It's unbearable. And yet you don't move. His fingers twitch at his side, and your throat tightens. He steps closer. No! I want to be helped. I want to be helped right now. What if I do it myself? Thank you, though. Your mind insists this is something you should do on your own, even if he is your husband. But it seems like your heart doesn't agree. It pounds fast and loud, just like how he pounds fast and loud. Your ears are hot. Han hasn't removed his darkened eyes from you. His smile lingers, lazy, as if your embarrassment is amusing him. Then he steps closer, close enough that you can feel his breath on your skin. And with that familiar honey-dripped voice, he tilts his head and asks,
Are you sure, darling? You're still not well. Shouldn't I take care of you?
Your voice catches. He raises his hand. Dang! Well, one more ending to get. Alright, now that we're back here, right at the beginning, I want to ask him about the medicine. I made this medicine just for you based on the doctor's prescription. It'll help with your headache. Alright? We'll ask him about the handwriting. The writing on the desk. There's something wrong with it. What are you talking about? Han's face remains calm. Too calm. His soft smile blooming gently like it always does, unchanging and serene. So in this one, we ask him about the handwriting, just like we did in the, foyer. But this one's different. And now for the first time, it makes your skin crawl. The smile. Why does it feel so out of place now? The headache presses deeper like a vice tightening against your skull. It makes it harder to think, harder to stay grounded. They were written by someone left-handed, but look at me. I'm right-handed. You were left-handed before the accident. Perhaps the damage caused... That's not true. No accident can change someone's natural writing habit. Not like that. Not something so deeply ingrained. You rise from your seat, your movement sudden, your breathing shallow. You can feel your heartbeat thudding in your ears. I don't know why you're lying to me, but I don't feel okay here. I'm going outside. Wait, please calm down. You need to take your medicine first. No, I won't. You don't even hesitate this time. Your arm lashes out and knocks the bowl from his hands. It crashes to the floor with a sound that seems to echo too long. Ceramic shatters into countless shards, and the dark liquid spills out in the slow, deliberate rivulets across the wooden platform, seeping into the grain like something rotten. Han doesn't move, he only stares at the mess and at you, his voice trembling. Please, you need to take your medicine. He sounds desperate, but it only makes you more uneasy. A part of you still wants to trust him, but another part, buried deep in trembling, is screaming to run. I need to get out of here. You clutch the doorway for support. The world feels off balance like the room is suddenly tilting, but just as your foot crosses the threshold, a bolt of pain explodes through your skull. Your knees buckle. You hit the floor hard, the breath knocked out of your lungs. Your limbs twist uselessly beneath you, spasms overtaking your body. You can't breathe, you can't think. All you can do is gasp. Your chest convulsing as though your body is trying to remember how to live. Your vision blurs, the room spins. And through the haze you see them, the shattered pieces of the bowl scattered like chrysanthemum petals on the floor. And above them Han standing motionless. You need to take your medicine. Why are you so calm in this one? His eyes glossy and tears streaming down his face, but he doesn't come closer. You see the agony carved into his delicate features. Can he not go outside? Because we are past the threshold at the moment. I mean, I'm assuming the threshold's just into another hallway, but why is he not moving towards us? And then everything goes dark and you fade into the void of oblivion. What was once shaped with care now lies, scattered too broken to mend. Game over. Wait, or did I shatter into pieces when I fell? Oh, that is interesting. Okay, so we have gotten all of the endings in the new demo. There is 9 in total. We've gotten all of the CGs in the demo as well. And we've also gotten the continuation branches. So yeah, that is my full playthrough of the updated demo for House of Petals. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. I have so many theories about this. Definitely the Easter egg where you give Han your name and then you start to hear sirens and like sounds from like a modern day hospital seems to be very telling. Lotus Pavilion might not actually be a real place and we're trapped in here and we're in a coma. It relates to when he says that he likes you when you are hollow. It's a parallel to the whole ceramic doll thing, but also you just lying there unmoving in the real world if that is the case, which is very scary. Merchant Lee as well might be a friend of yours that is trying to get to you because he notices how dangerous Han is. And Han, I'm really not sure. I really don't know if he's the true antagonist here or if we are the true antagonists and we just don't remember. Because the secret love interest that we meet, which is really hot by the way, also says that he'll make us pay for what we did to him. And he looks exactly like Han. But I definitely think that the Lotus Pavilion might not actually be a real setting that we're currently in. And Arn as well. Like, is he someone that was friends with us and tried to help us and was scared away by Han? Like, what is going on? Too many variables and lots of very interesting things, but the lingering motifs remain. Chrysanthemums, which are representative of a funeral. The whole thing about clay and ceramics and like dolls and stuff, which is, you know, symbolizing immobility, stillness, like a loss of agency, like a still doll thing. And also the illusion that you are being shaped and made by someone who might not necessarily be you. You're being shaped by a sculptor and like manipulated into behaving and looking and sitting and performing in a way that the sculptor desires you to be. And I wonder how true that is, which is something that we're going to find out in the full game when it releases. Thank you so much for playing through House of Petals with me. The game actually does have a Kickstarter coming up, which will help them get full voice acting, language localization, and also much more art as well. So feel free to check it out. I've linked in the description box below. Or if you download the game, you can also click this little button right here as well. And also if you'd like to support my channel, my Patreon is linked in the description box below. Supporting is not mandatory, just very, very appreciated. Thank you so much again. Let me know in the comments below if you prefer the secret love interest or Han. And until the next section of man, take care.